Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers: Alexis gets Scout custody, puts a stop to Drew's Washington move? According to General Hospital spoilers, Curtis Ashford recently suggested that Drew Quartermaine move to Washington with Scout Quartermaine, so Alexis Davis will be thinking about it in the coming weeks. Although Alexis did not expect Drew to uproot Scout by moving her to DC, she is permanently prepared to fight back if that is how things proceed. It sounds like a custody battle is looming, especially given Drew's 2025 preview information. Drew is virtually the town's pariah at this point, so he'll begin to question if a change of locale is precisely what he needs. Whether Willow Corinthos agrees to join Drew or not, he'll see the benefits of starting over in Washington with Scout. That is not going to work for Alexis, therefore she should keep her promise to fight back. Alexis is already an excellent lawyer, but she'll be especially determined to succeed when her granddaughter's future is at stake. Alexis will get fierce and employ every trick in the book to her advantage. If Alexis is successful in obtaining custody of Scout, she may be able to stall Drew's transfer to Washington. Alexis may force a change of plans once she plays some legal hardball. Scout is still grieving the loss of Sam McCall, so she requires the support and stability of her extended family right now. Drew would be making a mistake by separating Scout from her other loved ones, so Alexis would go to any length to keep her in town. Scout's proximity to Danny Morgan and Rocco Falconeri is extremely important to Sam. Our GH predictions indicate that Alexis and Drew's conflict could escalate if they allow it, so we'll keep you updated on how things unfold. Alexis may show to be a force to be reckoned with as an attorney, leaving Drew reeling. According to General Hospital spoilers, Alexis has some exciting material coming up, so we'll keep you updated on any custody drama as it develops. General Hospital spoilers: Michael's farewell gift for Sasha. General Hospital spoilers suggest that Michael Corinthos persuaded Sasha Gilmore Corbin to stay in Port Charles, but she is dissatisfied with her present living situation. There are a lot of curious people at the Quartermaine home, so Sasha would prefer her own private area. Michael offered to buy a new house for Sasha and their unborn child, but she declined since she wants to keep her independence. However, now that Michael is about to leave the canvas, the ideal remedy may be in the works. Michael will definitely not be using the gatehouse for the foreseeable future, and Sasha basically predicted that Willow Corinthos would no longer be welcome there. In GH's January 14th episode, Sasha confronted Willow and asked her to take a thorough look at the gatehouse, as she did not anticipate Willow to be allowed to return. Willow stated that her children were all she needed, thus that scene felt like her farewell to the house she shared with Michael and the kids. Instead, the gatehouse may become Sasha's new home, allowing her to stay on the Quartermaine property for work while also providing her with a more private room to reside in with the baby later on. Michael has been heavily sedated, but once he is conscious and thinking well, he may offer Sasha the gatehouse as a leaving gift. Monica Quartermaine delegated responsibility for making living arrangement decisions to Michael, though things may change after Leslie Charleson's real-life death is recorded and Monica dies as well. Regardless, General Hospital spoilers claim Jason Morgan will follow Michael's instruction to stay in Sasha's path, so he may be entrusted with keeping an eye out for her because they will both be staying on the Quartermaine property. Sasha may end up living in the gatehouse, but she'll still be on the estate and in the kitchen frequently for her cooking chores. Jason will be able to easily keep an eye on Sasha and comply with Michael's requests. Sasha and Jason may fall in love at some point, so keep an eye out for any romantic developments. General Hospital spoilers: Willow gets dirty, Michael is in jeopardy, and more. General Hospital spoilers suggest that a week of health issues and confrontations is on its way. The cliffhanger implied Michael will face the same fate as Sam and Dex at the hands of Cyrus. Carly and Sunny have been by Michael's side, but they will face a hard reality check when Willow asserts her power. This week's episode will focus on Trina and Kai, whose relationship is torn between friendship and more. Decisions will be made that cannot be reversed, and acts will have consequences as the February sweeps approach. Willow puts her foot down after her children are removed from Nina's home. Willow begins to play dirty with Sunny and Carly. With Drew's advice, Sarah asserted her power as Michael's wife and medical proxy while he was disabled. Carly is furious that Willow made the move, and Nina will attempt to persuade Sunny to help them both achieve what they want. The General Hospital preview shows Drew standing with Willow, which will most likely worsen the situation because he is the reason Michael and his wife are where they are. Lucas and Isaiah are called in to assist Michael with his medical issue. Will they save Michael from the digitalis that Cyrus injected him with? Meanwhile, Sunny suffers another attack of chest trouble outside the Quartermain residence. He is putting himself in a position of vulnerability, which only makes him and the company vulnerable. More Port Charles tidbits. Trina and Kai will become closer, but she is stunned when he confesses that he must choose between staying at PCU and leaving. He attracted her attention unexpectedly. Joss is desperate to find out who stabbed Dex, and Brennan's clues lead her closer to the truth. Previously, an agreement between Willow and Michael's parents, Sunny Corinthos and Carly Spencer, appeared to provide a light of hope for the shattered family. Sunny and Carly would have access to their son, while Willow would retain custody of her two children, Wiley and Amelia. However, Willow's frail arrangement disintegrated when she attempted to retrieve the children from the Quartermain estate. Tracy Quartermain, ever the powerful matriarch, stayed firm, refusing to hand over the children despite having no formal custody rights. Her efforts, while appearing protective, only widened the breach between the Corinthos and Quartermain clans. To make matters worse, Willow retaliated by banning Carly from General Hospital entirely, cutting off another vital link between Michael and his loved ones. Nina's plea. Nina Reeves, who has a difficult past with the Corinthos family, discovered Sunny in the hospital chapel, dealing with the weight of his son's sickness and the tumult that surrounded it. Nina, realizing the gravity of the situation, made an impassioned plea. She advised Sunny to confront Tracy and rescue Wiley and Amelia, emphasizing the children's mental well-being, which required their mother's presence during such a stressful period. Nina also reminded Sunny that reuniting the children with Willow would give him access to Michael, something he sorely needed. Sunny's challenge. Sunny's route forward is riddled with challenges. Tracy Quartermain is not one to back down, especially when she believes she is working in the best interests of the children. Despite her lack of legal authority, Tracy remains steadfast in her belief that keeping Wiley and Amelia at the Quartermain home protects them from the upheaval Willow has caused. Sunny, who has a recently diagnosed heart problem, must use both his physical might and his famed bargaining abilities to confront Tracy. Tracy's tenacity will go off against Sunny's unflinching determination in this titanic clash. Tracy's perspective. Tracy's activities, albeit controversial, come from a genuine concern. In her views, the children are caught in the crossfire of a violent family quarrel, and she sees herself as their defender. Her choice to deny Willow access is motivated not only by power, but also by protecting Wiley and Amelia's perceived stability. However, her techniques are far from diplomatic, and her refusal to collaborate risks alienating not only Willow, but the whole Corinthos family. Sunny's next move. Sunny understands that a direct encounter with Tracy may not produce results, given her proclivity for rebellion and access to a formidable legal team. Instead, he may need to plot, collecting supporters who can sway Tracy or appealing to her feeling of familial duty. Perhaps Sunny will remind Tracy of Michael's severe condition and frame his plea as a collaborative effort to help him. Alternatively, he could seek legal action to protect Willow's custody rights and ensure the children's return. A family torn apart. As the war for Wiley and Amelia continues, the Corinthos family suffers significant consequences. Sunny's health is deteriorating, Carly is sidelined, and Willow is negotiating a complicated relationship with Drew, which just adds gasoline to the flames. Even if Sunny is able to bring the children to Willow, the issue remains, can this shattered family reconcile, or will their hostility and mistrust drive them apart? The tension builds. The issue is fraught with emotions, legal entanglements, and long-standing rivalries. Tracy's drive to keep the children has triggered a crisis, forcing Sunny, Willow, and the rest of the Corinthos family to confront their own constraints and loyalties. With Michael's life on the line, the stakes could not be greater. A solution must be found, whether through compromise, legal action, or sheer willpower, but at what cost to the individuals involved? In the dimly lit gallery, the soothing hum of air conditioning battled with the hushed rustle of papers as Ava worked at her desk, surrounded by the most recent acquisitions and financial data. Trina stood across the room, staring at a new exhibit, her thoughts clearly elsewhere. When Ava noticed the young woman's empty demeanor, she placed down her pen and folded her arms. "All right, spill it," Ava murmured, reclining back in her chair. "You have been somewhere else all day, Trina. What's happening?" Trina hesitated and bit her lip. "It's nothing, really," she said, sweeping her locks over her shoulders. Ava arched her brow. "It doesn't look like anything to me." "Talk to me." Finally, Trina admitted, "It is Kai. He got harmed throughout the game, and I've been concerned about him. I sent him an SMS, but he has not responded." Ava twisted her lips into a knowing smile. "Kai, the project partner you clearly care more about than you let on? You're useless to me right now since you're distracted and spacing out. Go see him." Trina shakes her head. "He's only a friend. I do not want to annoy him, especially when he is in the hospital." "Trina," Ava stated with frustration in her voice, "you're nearly pacing a groove into the floor. Go check on him. You'll feel better, and perhaps he will too." Trina gave a reluctant nod. "Okay, you won." "Thank you, Ava." She grabbed her suitcase and ran out the door. Chase adjusted his jacket as he left the hospital after his checkup. Brooklyn, waiting for him in the corridor, tapped her foot anxiously. "That was fast," she said. "Women's appointments take twice as long." Chase chuckled. "The benefits of being proactive about my health. You should try it sometime." Brooklyn rolled her eyes. "Optimism looks fine on you, but I don't feel it today. Anyway, I'll ride up with you. I have an appointment soon, but I want to check on Michael first." Kai leaned back on his bed in a nearby hospital, his shoulder immobilized by a sling. Stella, seated next him, looked at him with a mix of concern and adoration. "A dislocated shoulder," Kai replied with a little smile. "Could have been worse, but I'll be back in yoga soon enough." Stella chuckled. "You're always positive, even when you're down. How are you doing otherwise?" Kai shrugged his good shoulder. "Physically, I am fine. Mentally, I think I let the squad down." Stella pointed to the pile of gifts on the table near him. "Do you see this as a disappointment? You are a hero to everyone who knows you." Kai read over the cards and gifts, a glint of hope in his eyes as he studied the senders. Stella seized the opportunity and tilted her head. "Are you looking for someone specific?" Kai did not respond directly, but the tiny blush on his cheeks gave him away. "Well," Stella remarked, rising from her chair, "I'll leave you to rest. You've got people lined up, and I don't want to take up your time." As Stella went, she almost ran into Trina in the corridor. "Kai's resting," Stella said, noticing Trina's pause. "But it doesn't mean you shouldn't enter. He will want to see you." Trina swallowed her nerves and walked inside. Kai looked up as Trina came, a smile spreading across his face. "Hey, Trina." "Hey," she said, standing awkwardly in the doorway. "How do you feel?" Kai giggled gently. "Like all the greats who have had failures. Physical treatment begins soon, and I'll be prepared for spring training. How about you? You doing well?" Trina shrugged, attempting to appear nonchalant. "I watched the game, kind of hard to avoid when the whole brown dog was glued to it." Kai grinned. "Next season, maybe you'll come to an actual game." Before she could react, a nurse entered and led Kai to an MRI. "Thanks for coming," Kai stated truly. "Anytime," Trina responded, watching him leave before slipping out herself. Meanwhile, Willow sat outside Michael's hospital room, tears running down her cheeks. Nina approached with caution, her look twisted between concern and rage. "Willow," Nina murmured softly. "I just heard from Tracy. She is still refusing to let the kids go." Willow sniffed, her expression tightening. "Then Carly and Sunny can forget about seeing Michael. This is my leverage, and I will not give it up." Nina frowned. "I realize how unhappy you are, but think about this. These are Michael's children as well. He's laying on the bed, battling for his life. This isn't fair to anyone, particularly Wiley and Amelia. Willow's voice became sharper. Fair? Do you believe Sonny and Carly have ever played fairly? Drew said I should be as vicious as they are. Nina's expression relaxed. Listen to yourself, Willow. This is not you. You're following Drew's fury, and it's transforming you into someone I don't recognize. Are you saying I should just submit to Carly and Sonny? Willow snapped. I'm suggesting, Nina said cautiously, that displaying a little empathy might make a difference. Lay down your weapons, and perhaps they will too. Willow paused, apprehension flaring in her gaze. Before she could react, Chase arrived, shattering the tension. Drew and Willow's twisted case at General Hospital. Willow and Drew might be a decent couple after all. Is there a case for them? It's uncommon to find a General Hospital fan that supports Drew and Willow. Their connection has produced pain for all parties involved. Is this couple destined to be? True love. Both Drew and Willow had difficult childhoods. Neither of them knew who their biological parents were until they reached adulthood. This could help explain why they were drawn to each other. Willow's spouse, Michael, was nurtured by loving parents in a prosperous household. Willow liked her husband very much when they married, but she may never have truly trusted him. Michael maintained numerous secrets from his wife, including her mother's identity. Her feelings may have shifted as a result of his lying. Willow turned to face Drew. While she shouldn't have cheated on her spouse, Drew might be a better match for her. Willow has recognized that she is drawn to guys who come to her rescue, and Drew saved her life while she was sick with cancer. This could be related to growing up in a cult. It may be time for her to seek therapy because she needs to work on this issue. Willow may finally finish her pattern and stand on her own 2 feet. Their relationship will be equal if she can make her own decisions rather than relying on her partner for everything. He might be the right guy for her, after all. Don't forget the kids. Willow is the mother of Wiley and Amelia, regardless of what she has done. No mother can blame her for wanting to spend time with her children when their father is in the hospital. She was understandably unhappy when Diane took her children away. Her approach of keeping Michael's relatives away until Wiley and Amelia returned home was not ideal, but she was desperate. And then there's Scout. Willow has the potential to benefit Drew's kid if things settle down. The unfortunate girl lost her mother, and having a motherly presence in her life would be beneficial. Whatever we think of Willow, she is an excellent mother. Perhaps Drew and Willow will live happily ever after and start a new family with their children. What are your thoughts? General Hospital spoilers. Ingo Rademacher will return to his job. General Hospital spoilers strongly suggest that an old face may return to Port Charles sooner rather than later. General Hospital spoilers. Ingo Rademacher will get his job back. Of course, we're talking about Ingo Rademacher. The actor, well known for his role as Jasper Jacks on the iconic ABC serial, was let off in late 2021 after refusing to comply with the network's vaccine policy at the time. However, things have certainly altered between then and now. While Ingo has been continuing his legal battle against the network, the verdict could work in his advantage. While Ingo has suffered in his case against the Disney Corporation, the actor does have some prominent personal friends, including Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. All he has to do is provide sufficient evidence that he was fired for failing to comply with a requirement that may or may not have been fully effective at the time. Even so, many people wonder if Ingo would want to return to his prior profession at this point. After all, he has practically become persona non grata among the General Hospital cast and crew. He's fought such a legal battle with the network that he might not be allowed back on the show's set anymore. However, Ingo still needs a job. He hasn't had a full-time job since he was kicked out of General Hospital several years ago. At the end of the day, a paycheck is a paycheck, and he could really use a steady one right now. So far, Ingo has not commented on the situation, but if soap fans have learned anything over the years, it's that you never say never. Tension was obvious in the crowded halls of Port Charles General Hospital, where physicians, nurses, and visitors walked purposefully. In the ICU, Portia Robinson leaned on the counter outside Michael Corinthos' room, her face filled with concern and determination. Inside, monitors beeped continuously, indicating Michael's delicate state. Portia looked at Willow Corinthos, who stood alongside her, visibly fatigued and emotionally worn. "Willow," Portia began gently, "I understand this is a lot to digest, but we need to talk about Michael's next steps. His condition isn't improving as we had planned, and there are different treatments to explore." Willow nodded, her gaze moving to Michael's room. "Do you mean the clinic in Germany?" Portia paused. "It is one of the greatest places for burn treatment and rehabilitation. The specialists there have achieved advances that may greatly improve his odds." Carly Spencer approached at that exact moment, grabbing attention. Willow had summoned her for this chat, and Carly quickly got to the point. "I've already been in touch with the German clinic," Carly told me. "They're prepared to take Michael, but we need to act swiftly. The window for optimal treatment is closing." Willow sighed, the decision weighing heavily on her. "If we send Michael there, we will need everyone's help, including Sunny's." Carly's jaw constricted. "Sunny is willing to go to any length for Michael. But Willow, you need to let go of this conflict with Tracy over the children. Michael requires that we work together." Willow looked to Portia for comfort before returning her attention to Carly. "I will think about it. But this isn't just about Michael, it's about safeguarding my children." Meanwhile, Drew Quartermain sipped his coffee at a corner booth in a quaint cafe across town. Jordan Ashford settled onto the seat across from him, her demeanor grim. "You've been keeping busy," Jordan said. "I heard about the incident at the Brown Dog Bar." Drew grumbled. "Let me guess, Cody Bell?" Jordan nodded. "He's a handful on a good day, but you didn't make things easier. Drew, you need to be more careful. Cody knows too much and isn't afraid to speak up." Cody entered the cafe as if summoned by his name, his demeanor confident and self-assured. He saw Drew and smirked. "Well, if it isn't my favorite punching bag," Cody remarked, drawing a furious frown from Jordan. "Cody, don't even think about starting something here," Jordan advised, her tone strong. "We're in public, and I won't hesitate to intervene." Cody raised his hands in mock surrender. "Relax, Commissioner. I am just here for the coffee." Drew's patience had worn thin. "Cody, what do you want? Another round? Or are you here to disseminate more lies?" Jordan gave Drew a warning glance. "Enough. Both of you. This is not the place." Cody smirked again before retreating to another table, allowing Drew and Jordan to continue their uncomfortable debate. Back at Deception Cosmetics, Brooklyn Quartermain stood in her office, arms crossed, glaring at the person sitting across from her. "Let me get this straight," Brooklyn asked, her tone skeptical. "Are you applying for a job here?" The candidate, Lulu Spencer, gave a confident nod. "Why not? I need a new beginning, and here seems like the ideal location." Brooklyn blinked, taken aback. "You realize we haven't been best buddies, right?" Lulu shrugged. "I am not here to replay the past. I am here to prove myself." Brooklyn slumped back in her chair, a mix of suspicion and interest on her face. "Okay, Lulu. Let's see what you have. But don't think I'm going to be easy on you." At the Jerome Art Gallery, Ava Jerome walked the floor with her heels clicking on the glossy wood. Rick Lansing stood close with his arms crossed, listening to her rage. "I need someone who will fight for me," Ava remarked, her tone stern. "And if you're not up for the challenge, I'll find someone who is." Rick sighed. "Ava, you are talking about going up against the Cassadines. That is not an easy fight to win." Ava's eyes narrowed. "I don't mind how hard it is. I want sole custody of Avery and my money back. If you don't want to help me, I'll find someone who will." Chase and Tracy Quartermain were having another disagreement at the Quartermain house. "This has to stop," Chase exclaimed, his irritation palpable. Keeping Wiley and Amelia away from their mother is cruel, and it's hurting everyone involved. Tracy's expression was chilly. I'm safeguarding those kids. Willow does not have their best interests at heart. Chase shakes his head. You're only making matters worse. This is not about you, Tracy. It is about Michael and his family. Tracy pointed at the door. If you don't like how I'm handling things, you know where the exit is. Carly ran into Willow outside Michael's room at the hospital. I came as you asked, Carly replied. Willow turned to face her, her expression determined. We need to talk about Michael. General Hospital spoilers, Carly steals Michael from the hospital, leaving Willow fuming over a failed plan. General Hospital spoilers state that Willow has chosen a low blow in her custody struggle for her children. Michael is unconscious in the hospital after suffering burns and a digitalis overdose. Drew has persuaded Willow to use her medical proxy position, which she is currently using to keep Sunny and Carly away from Michael. Willow stepped in throughout recent episodes when Sunny and Carly attempted to make a medical decision for Michael. According to General Hospital spoilers, she not only intervened but also removed Carly and Sunny's visiting rights. She stated she is still Michael's legal wife and medical proxy. As a result, she has complete decision-making authority over him. When Crowley tried to reason with her, Drew intervened and warned Carly that the only way Willow would back down is if she could take her children. We now know Carly has made up her decision and will not let Willow take the kids. Especially with Drew in the photo. According to GH spoilers for upcoming episodes, Carly will seek assistance from Jack Brennan. It is also feasible that Carly will decide that the best thing to do in this scenario is to remove Michael from GH and transport him to some hidden recovery facility away from Willow and Drew. We can't understand why Jack Brennan, who is completely smitten with Carly and has a lot of resources, won't agree to help. We know Chad Duell is leaving GH as Michael Corinthos. So, a storyline that takes Mikey away from the television and to a secret facility far away is the ideal approach to write him off momentarily. When Chad Duell decides to return the soap, the door for Michael's return will be wide open. General Hospital spoilers January 21st, Sunny and Ava's custody battle rages on. On the next episode of General Hospital, Sunny and Ava clash, Sasha updates Maxie, and Carly expresses gratitude to Brennan. In addition to Sunny and Ava bickering, General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, January 21st, include Willow expressing her remorse and Tracy stonewalling Anna. On the next episode of General Hospital, Ava is concerned about Avery, who spends a lot of time with Sunny. Fortunately, she was with her sister Donna at Carly's on the night of the explosion that caused Michael so much grief. Everyone knows that someone was after Sunny. Ava will surely point this out to the coffee importer. She believes Ava would be safer with her. Of course, things become uncomfortable when Sunny and Ava find themselves in the same room. So Avery's parents disagree and will argue on Tuesday. But instead of arguing, they should find a permanent solution. Willow has pretty much pulled back her decision to leverage Michael for the kids. She now includes Carly and Sunny in choices about Michael's care and next moves. She suddenly expresses her regret. In what sense? Is Willow talking about her marriage to Michael imploding? Or the decisions she has made since Michael was injured? Meanwhile, Carly is obviously thankful to Brennan. This suggests Michael chose to travel to a burn clinic in Germany rather than Johns Hopkins. Of course, Brennan came through for her again. Finally, what does this mean for Carly and Brennan? Will their friendship or non-transactional relationship grow into something more? Or does Carly simply need to focus on Michael right now? Read this, Michael faces a life-altering decision on GH. It's been a second since Sasha told Maxie about her tumultuous life. Maxie is already aware of Sasha's pregnancy and plans to keep the baby. What else does Sasha need to tell Maxie? Oh, the kid is Michael's, and they conceived it while having inebriated sex. Is Sasha really ready to go there with Maxie? Michael being hurt may indicate that she wants to get this secret off her chest. Finally, Tracy uses a precise method once Drew arrests her. Tracy is taken to the PCPD, where she stonewalls Anna. We're betting this implies she won't inform anyone where Amelia and Wiley are anytime soon. The conflict over Michael and Willow's children has devolved into a shitstorm. Who will be the voice of reason? Willow stared at her reflection in the glass, the weight of her decisions bearing down on her shoulders. As Michael's appointed medical power of attorney, she had complete control over his care. However, she had not expected the role to be fraught with scrutiny and manipulation. Her friendship with Drew Quartermaine had progressed from familial companionship to something considerably more intimate, which eventually broke her marriage to Michael. Drew, ever persuasive, was now her closest confidant and counselor. You have to think strategically, Willow, Drew reminded her earlier that day. Michael's parents have been acting as if they have final control over what happens next. Utilize your leverage. You are his power of attorney and the mother of their grandchildren. They'll have to follow your rules. It was counsel that prompted her unconventional decision. Carly and Sonny Corinthos may see Michael if she won custody of her children, Wiley and Amelia. The Quartermaine quarrel. Tracy Quartermaine, however, had different plans. The family matriarch had imprisoned Wiley and Amelia inside the Quartermaine mansion, rejecting Willow's pleas and exacerbating an already volatile situation. Willow's resolve was strengthened by her actions, so she took the severe step of barring Carly and Sonny from the hospital entirely. Willow sat in the waiting room while her estranged mother, Nina Reeves, approached warily. Nina's customary confidence was tempered with apprehension. Willow, Nina began, her voice calm but forceful, I understand you don't want to hear this from me, but Drew isn't helping you. He's isolating you, just as the cult did. You must see that. Willow looked aside, her jaw hardening. Drew's the only one who's been honest with me. Nina sighed, her frustration clear. Honesty? Or control? Do not let him tug the strings like Shiloh did. This is about Michael and your kids, not demonstrating a point. Carly and Nina are unlikely allies. Meanwhile, Carly and Nina reached an unexpected ceasefire. United by their shared worry for Michael and his children, the two women reluctantly agreed that their mutual hostility would have to take a back seat. We have to work together, Carly said during a quiet talk in the hospital corridor. Willow is too caught up in Drew's foolishness to notice what's truly going on. If we don't intervene, Michael and those kids will suffer. Nina nodded, her face sad. Agreed. But how could we persuade Willow without making matters worse? She is already on edge. Carly smirked slightly. Simple. We show her that Drew is playing his own game. Willow despises manipulation. Sonny Corinthos steps in. Sonny, who had been unusually quiet during the drama, felt it was time to intervene. He met Nina at the Quartermaine house and evaluated the situation calmly. We're all here for Michael, Sonny stated, his voice firm. But this back and forth must cease. We need to band together, for him and for the children. Tracy, on the other hand, refused to back down. Do you think I'll hand over those children just because you say so? Think again, Sonny. This is my family, and I will protect them however I see fit. Drew's influence and cracks in his facade. Drew wasn't aware that his deliberate movements were wearing thin. Willow's developing concerns about his motives, combined with Carly and Nina's united front, produced a sense of distrust. Carly confronted Drew privately in the hospital cafeteria. Tell me, Drew, Carly asked, her tone chilly. What precisely are you getting out of all of this? Willow's trust? Her affection? Or are you simply trying to stick it to Sonny and me? Drew's jaw stiffened. I'm looking out for Willow and Michael. Someone has to. Carly leaned in, her gaze sharpening. Funny, because it looks to me like you're tearing them apart. The Corinthos family rallies. As tensions boiled over, Sonny convened a conference at the Corinthos estate. Carly, Nina, and even Jason Morgan were in attendance, with one clear purpose in mind, to reunite Michael's family. We can't keep fighting each other, Sonny replied firmly. Michael wants us to be strong, not divided. And if that means dealing with individuals I don't trust, so be it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.